Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Fitz the Motorcast. The host Dave here. I got live on the line with me, Tommy O'Brien, jet builder, and the driver, Tammy Gatlin. How you guys doing today?
We're doing great. Hold on 1 second.
All right.
All right, we got you on speaker.
All right. So, Tommy, when did you first start building jet cars?
I started building them in 1985.
So, who else have you built jet cars for?
Who else have you done jet cars for? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
I have a hard time understanding.
Have you built jet cars for other people besides Tammy?
Yes. I can't understand.
How many jets have you built throughout your career?
You know, we can hardly understand you. It's cracking up.
How many jets have you built throughout your career, Tommy?
I've built about 35 total.
Wow. And have you ever driven one?
No, I don't drive.
Okay. So, Tammy, when did you start your jet car career?
I started driving them in, I believe it was 1988, 89. When I was working for Dan Pastorini on a Scott Field car, I got my jet car license through Ansel Horton.
Mm-hmm. Then when did you meet up with Tommy?
I'm sorry, what was that?
When did you meet up with Tommy O'Brien?
I can't understand you at all.
I said, when did you meet up with Tommy?
Oh, I drove Tommy's dad's car back in the early 90s. I just met Tommy at the drag racing and then started driving his dad's car in the early 90s. The Canfield jet dragster.
So currently you guys have jet dragster and a jet funny car in the group?
Yes, we've got one jet dragster running. We sold our running funny car, but we still have some other cars we're putting together.
Okay. And for the jet car, how many crew members do you have?
It's just us.
So you and Tommy do all the mechanical work?
Yes, at the track. The internal engine work is done at North Texas Turbine in Dallas.
Now, what kind of jet engine do you have in that car?
It's a GE J85, or the civilian number is a CJ610, and it came out of a Learjet.
And what kind of fuel you guys run on?
We run either kerosene, diesel fuel, or Jet A, depending on where we're at and what we can get. Most of the time, we just run diesel.
Now, with the fire show and everything, how many gallons of fuel you burn up?
Well, with the fire show and quarter-mile track, we use about 24 gallons.
And how many gallons does she hold? How many gallons does she hold, Tommy?
We have a 28-gallon tank.
Okay. So, Tammy, what other jet drivers are inspirations to you?
I'm sorry, repeat that, please.
What other jet car drivers out there inspired you?
What other jet car drivers inspire you?
Oh, other drivers that inspire me?
Yes, ma'am.
I don't know. I hadn't really thought about it. I've been doing it so long, I just know everybody and they're like my friend.
So before you started driving a jet car, you never had any jet car drivers that you used to watch or anything?
I'm sorry, I didn't understand that at all.
I said before you started jet car driving, you never had any other drivers that inspired you in drag racing?
Yeah, any other drivers?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I was working on top fuel cars, and I loved all of the classes and all the racers and the drivers. I guess they all inspired me, just even working on them, I had fun. So I was offered to learn to drive, and that's what I did.
So what are some of your favorite tracks to go to?
Oh, Denver, Music City, Kansas International. We'd love to go to Dallas Motorplex more. Just about any track I go to, I enjoy it.
Now, currently, does the car have any sponsors?
Yes, we have F1 Firearms. They're out of Spring, Texas, by Houston. That's our major one. And let me hand the phone to Tommy. He knows them all on top of his head better.
Yeah, we've got Crosslink Powder Coating out of Dallas, Texas, and we've got Car Wrap City out of Addison, Texas. North Texas Turbine out of Dallas. Forza Energy, they're out of Clearwater, Florida. Justice Brothers Chemicals, they're out of Duarte, California. And Polydyne, they're out of Houston, Texas. They all help us, and if it wasn't for them, we'd have a lot rougher time to get to and from the races.
Now, when the two of you prepare for a weekend of drag racing, what does it take for preparation?
We try to prep the car basically at the house before we leave at the shop, because I'm a firm believer. I don't like working on them at the track. I'd much rather work on them at the house. And so we'll go through the entire suspension and chassis and wheel bearings and things like that. We'll make sure the afterburner is okay, and we'll start the car before we leave and make sure everything's working well, and then we'll load up and then we'll head out. It's about we spend about 35 or 40 hours a week really just kind of looking the car over.
Now, how long did it take to build this car you're currently driving?
It usually takes us right about 8 months from start to finish.
Now, with this car, have you ever had any near accidents or any accidents at all?
We've had some. She ran off the track at Music City up in Nashville, and a couple of weeks ago in Cameron, Missouri, she ran off the track, and that's been the only ones we've had.
Now, do you guys have any habits outside of drag racing?
I like to play golf when I have a chance, but I don't have much of a chance. And that's really about it, because really this drag racing basically consumes our lives. So, I mean, we don't. This is what we do every day.
Now I've heard from the grapevine that Dawn Purdue might come back and drive with you guys.
We've talked to her. I mean, she's got some other options that I think she's going to explore, and we've got some other options that we're going to explore. But I never say never. I mean, we'd love to have her on board for sure. We're going to put another car together anyhow, so she'd be a great fit, I think, to our team.
Now, let me ask you a little fun question here. If someone gave you $200 million to build a track, where would you build this track, and what kind of features would you put in it? How
big of a check is he going to give me?
You can do quarter mile, eighth mile, whatever you want.
I like it here in Texas, so I'd probably put something here in Texas somewhere. And with more and more dragsters going to 8th mile, I'm not sure if maybe that isn't the future of this thing. Instead of a quarter mile. I mean, I like quarter mile stuff, but it's a lot less wear and tear on your stuff, and easier for the drivers and stuff like that on an 8th mile or 1,000-foot track. So that's a lot safer, that's for sure. And if I put a track in, I'd make sure that all the bathrooms were nice, so that the women and the guys could not have to be complaining about the bathrooms all the time. That'd be my number one thing.
Okay. So Tommy, what made you get into building jet cars?
I'm sorry?
What made you get into building jet cars?
Back in the early '80s, Charlie Handon, he had a pro stock Monza at the time, and then NHRA came out with the ruling that they went to big blocks. We were sitting there with a bunch of small block stuff, and Charlie ended up trading that car to a guy out of Chicago area. He traded his Monza for a jet car that wasn't totally finished, and Bill Matteo came down and put it helped us put it together and showed us how to put it together, and been doing it ever since. I mean, Billy's kind of showed me everything that I kind of know, and I'm very grateful to him and all the other guys that would report, you know, during that time. You know, you had Wayne Knuth and Phil Smith and Dennis Roslansky and, you know, Roger Gustin and all those guys. I mean, I learned something from every one of them.
So who are some of your favorite jet car drivers out there currently, Tommy?
The curtain guys. I mean, you know, Joe Zaccaro and Dennis still drives, Dennis Roslansky and Scotty Holdridge and Anna. I mean, you know, I'm kind of like her. I get along with all these. I try to get along with all of them anyhow. So I mean, I basically like more of the drivers that I liked in the past with some of the older guys like Matteo and Phil Smith and Aggie and things like that. I mean, but these new guys that are coming up, they're good. You know, Scotty Holdridge is really good. You know, and there's some other second generation drivers out there. Iredam out of Phoenix. You know, his dad had a car, and you got Doffett. His dad had a car, and so it's looking pretty good.
So how's the car been running this season?
Pretty good. We ran a 540 at 291 the other day up in Pennsylvania. We were at Maple Grove, and then ran another 288 or 289 down in Kansas, and that's you know, those are the only two places we run a quarter mile anymore. Everything else is 8 mile. We normally run like a 360 or 370 and 8 at about 215 to 220.
So what's the fastest run time you've had with the jet?
Tammy, she went to 306 in my dad's car, who was sponsored by Canfield's out of Chicago back in the 90s.
Okay, so where does Tammy get her fire suits from?
Oh, my fire suit?
Yeah.
I just got a new one from Simpson out of San
Antonio. Both of you guys, what's your favorite food?
I'm sorry?
I said for both of you, what's your favorite food to eat?
Favorite food?
Favorite food.
Tex-Mex for me.
Yeah, I'd say the same thing.
Tex-Mex and then pizza.
How about favorite beverage?
What was that?
What's your favorite beverage?
Oh, beer.
Beer.
Coors Light.
Okay. Now, if you guys were able to go back in time and do anything differently, would you do anything differently?
I don't think I would, because I'm still alive, so that's pretty good. All the things I've done.
How about Tommy?
Nah, probably not. I mean, probably the one thing that I probably shouldn't have done was when I quit in 1995 to go pursue other things. But that did help me, though, in some areas. But, you know, I missed drag racing while I was gone. So, but you know, I was still racing, so I still had a good time. But, you know, that might be the only thing I might take a look at, is maybe, you know, not quitting jet car racing because NHRA and I were sideways with each other.
So what's both of you guys' favorite kind of music to listen to?
Music that we listen to?
No, for both of you, what's your favorite kind of music to listen to?
Oh, 70s?
Yeah, I got 70s. I like a bunch of that, some R&B, and I like some of the Motown.
So Tammy, if you weren't driving jet cars right now, what do you think you'd be doing?
Oh, golly, I have no idea. Redoing houses, maybe? I used to buy and sell some property.
And Tommy, if you weren't building jet cars, what do you think you'd be doing in your life right now?
Be nice now.
I don't know. It'd be in some form of motorsports, I can tell you that. I mean, as long as I'm racing, I'm happy.
Okay. Now, Tammy, before you drove jet cars, did you drive any other cars?
No, I had gone to Frank Holly's driving school the first year he opened, and that's all I had driven, and it wasn't long after that I was approached about driving a jet car.
Now, what was it like to get behind the wheel for the first time in a jet car?
Well, you start out slowly. I mean, you're not doing afterburner runs, you're doing engine only, and it's just basically starting it up, bringing the engine way up, and then just letting go of the brake, and not doing any afterburner stuff. And then you just work up to it. You know, it's a progressive type thing that takes a while to learn.
So how does it feel now when you get behind the wheel of a jet car?
Oh, I'm probably too comfortable in it. You know, it's fun. I have a blast. You know, you can't really explain the feeling unless you've done it. It's just, whoop, there it goes. We're done. You know.
So what has been your fondest memory so far in drag racing?
I'm trying to think.
Yeah, me too.
You know, I had a lot of fun in Denver this year, running with some new people, and it's like a reunion we had with a bunch of older jet car drivers that were there, and we all got together, and then I hadn't laughed so hard and had such a good time.
How about Tommy? You got the fondest memories?
Probably the fondest memories that I have is when my dad was still alive and we raced together. That would probably be, when Charlie was alive, and we all kind of ran together and had a good time. And, I miss those deals, but like she said, jet car people are a big community, and so we all get together and have a good time.
Now, you think you guys ever come down towards the Midwest at all?
Well, I mean, we'd love to, but the cars there, they kind of got Union Grove pretty much wrapped up on who they use up there and stuff like that. So, I mean, but I'd love to come back up there at some point in time.
Yeah, I noticed Union Grove's always the same drivers all the time.
Yeah, they pretty much have the same show, and, it seems to work for them, so that's good, and I mean, for us to come up from Dallas, we got to get X amount of dollars, and, they got so many cars to pick from that pool right there that they don't really need to pay us that kind of money to come up there.
What about Joliet, Route 66?
Yeah, it's the same type of deal. I think, basically you got LZ and Scotty, the only ones run there, other than I think Sullivan goes every now and then, but you got the same issue. You got so many cars to pick from in that area.
Yeah. So if go ahead.
I think we're going to go to.
Go ahead, Tommy.
Go ahead. I think we're going to Norwalk next year. So that's going to be sometime I think in August or September is Norwalk. So that'd probably be the most. That'd probably be the most Midwest we're going to get to.
Now, if people want to find the schedule for the jet car, what's the best way for them to look you up?
Facebook on Jet Shop Inc.
You guys keep it up to date pretty good?
No, not like we should. I mean, because it's just me and her. So, but we get some stuff posted in there, but we don't live on it like people do today.
Yeah. Now, you guys have any last words for all the fans out there?
I mean, we just appreciate all the fans coming out to the races and support us and support all the other jet car community and drag racing in whole. So, I mean, I want to thank all of them for spending their hard-earned money to come out. I appreciate it.
Yeah, and they need to keep bringing the kids out there.
Yeah, without the kids, with it'll die soon if we don't keep these kids going.
Yeah, it's good. It's good to see other junior dragsters out there now.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that's a great program, and even in other racing, you got some small kids that can get in go-karts or these little dirt cars and bandoleros and stuff like that. And I think it's good for kids to be doing instead of sitting at home watching TV and playing on the phone.
And of course, with drag racing, it's good to bring the kids out because they can actually meet you guys. Not like the circle track racing.
Yeah, well, that's true. I mean, we are more accessible, and and I know the jet car people for sure. They always help putting kids in the cars. I know Tammy at the end of the night, she spends as much time as we need to stay there at night, putting kids in and getting their pictures taken and answering questions and stuff like that. So, but like I said, we appreciate the parents bringing them out.
Yeah, and then there's a lot of tracks they do like 12 and under free, which is good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, a lot of the tracks are becoming more family oriented. Like that race we did in Denver, they had 28,000 people there, and it's a lot of kids. And so it was a great deal. It was their 4th of July celebration. They called the Night of Fire there, and it was great to see all those kids.
So what else you got scheduled for the rest of the season?
We've got Prescott, Arkansas. I don't know the exact date. We got the Motorplex for the Diesel Nationals, and maybe Kansas International Dragway coming up. And that'll be it for us for our season.
Sounds good, Tommy. Well, I want to thank both of you for your time for this interview today.
No problem. We thank you for wanting to put us on and interview us, and we appreciate it.
Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome, and I wish you guys the best of luck with the rest of the season.
Oh,
all right, thank you.
You're welcome. You guys take care.
You too. Thanks a lot.
Bye-bye.